This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learn to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS Major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the Good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Get that Odyssey app, man. That's where you check out these cool Odyssey exclusive stations that have been curated for people just like you. Lots of stations out there that you can check out, man.
Maybe you're like Eddie Vedder and a huge Motley Crue fan and feel like listening to Home Sweet Home. Well, we've got a station for you, and that's Lighters in the Air. All of your favorite 80s metal power ballads from Home Sweet Home to whatever else Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
All the other ones.
All those other Eddie Vedder favorites.
House of Pain. That was a good one from Faster Pussycat. It's a good one, BJ. You should check it out. You and Eddie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm ready to go. Me and Eddie are going to have a little sit down. Just, check this out. Now, maybe that's not for you. There's a huge variety of music stations that have been curated just for anybody's taste. Could be yours, but you got to get that Odyssey app. Download it today to get all the audio that matters to you. AUDACY Odyssey.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the jam.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Mix. It's time to turn down for Tuesday and Tentacles.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, I forgot. Getting excited. Back to it tomorrow.
Yeah. Who are they taking on again?
The Phoenix Coyotes.
That's right.
Sorry, the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, wait, they're not Phoenix anymore?
Well, they've bounced around to every part of Arizona at some point. So they eventually just changed it from the Phoenix Coyotes to the Arizona Coyotes, I think, to avoid that confusion.
All right, okay, that makes sense.
We'll be somewhere in Arizona Coyotes. I think that's the actual official name.
I've never understood why a state that a state that doesn't really have multiple teams, why you wouldn't just call it the state blanks. As opposed to the city blanks. Now, obviously, in Pennsylvania, you've got Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Okay, it makes sense. You got to go by city, but
then we would be the Washington Seahawks, and that would confuse people, or the Washington Kraken.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's our problem. Is we know there's another Washington, so I think they were very smart to not do that. But if you like Portland, why not the Oregon Trailblazers? Because who else is going to be having a team? And
show some love to Kaiser.
Yeah, I mean seriously.
Okay, well, you ponder that. Let's get to our contestant. We've got John in Seattle. John, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
Get out! For those playing at home, John will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. John, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Which character did John Ritter play on the TV show Three's Company?
Oh, was it Jack?
Yes. What decade saw the release of the video game Space Invaders?
70s?
Yes. What type of horse is named from the Spanish word meaning painted?
Pass.
What is the name of the mansion where Elvis Presley died?
Graceland.
Yes. What is the profession of Simpsons character Seymour Skinner?
Principal.
Yes. Which car manufacturer makes the Blazer SUV?
Chevy.
Yes. Fats Domino recorded the song Ain't That a What?
Shame.
Yes. Which MLB team is named after a snake?
Diamondbacks.
Yes. What is the name of the hotel in the 1960 movie Psycho?
Bates.
Yes. Jackson is the capital of which state?
Mississippi.
Yes. What type of horse is named from the Spanish word meaning painted?
Oh man. Scooter.
No. Very close to getting a perfect score. Got 9 out of 10.
Oh man.
And by the way, Rev, it's pretty cool that question just came up because that was the Diamondbacks decided to call themselves right off the bat the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And they became before the Coyotes. So it's like, I love the fact
about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love the fact that the Coyotes were like, well, we already have a team that's called Arizona, but we're not going to do that. And we'll just end up having to do that anyway, because why will we follow suit with something that seemed to work for everybody? Okay.
And they're the Arizona Cardinals, too, for the NFL, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, they had I guess, the hockey team was like...
They figured it all out.
Yeah. I mean, I know if I worked in the marketing department, I'd be so mad at people going, you guys are idiots. You know you're going to change the name. You know you're going to do that, right? And they'd probably go, don't put him in. Don't invite him to any more meetings. He tells us our ideas suck. Well, it's because they do.
Wow. Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
Which character did John Ritter play on the TV show Three's Company?
Come on, knock on our door.
Come on, knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
Jack Tripper. Yes.
Yeah, baby.
What decade saw the release of the video game Space Invaders?
What decade? That would be the 70s.
Yes. What type of horse is named for the Spanish word meaning painted?
El Pinto horse.
No.
That's it.
Paint a horse.
No.
Paint a horse.
No. What is the name of the mansion where Elvis Presley died?
Oh, Graceland.
Yes. What is the profession of the Simpsons character Seymour Skinner?
No.
Not that, but a principal.
Yes. Which car manufacturer makes the Blazer SUV?
Chevy.
Yes. Fats Domino recorded the song Ain't That a What?
Shame.
Yes.
Ain't that a bitch?
Which MLB team is named after a snake?
Oh, they're also in Arizona. That would be the Diamondbacks.
Yes. What is the name of the hotel in the 1960 movie Psycho?
Bates Motel.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You lose 9 to 8.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
You spent a little too much time singing there.
Nice work, Johnny.
Thank you.
Take it easy, buddy.
I regretted the second verse. Come on, knock on my door.
Well, and I know Vicky's going to have a thing with this, too, so we might actually kind of have a tie.
Why? What's this?
Well, I asked what type of horse is named for the Spanish word meaning painted.
And
in your weird semi-pronunciation at the end of it, you kind of said it.
No, I didn't.
With the Spanish accent.
Yes,
Like
with the
in
Spanish
Spanish.
accent, you kind of get away with it.
In
And-
English, it's Pinto, but in
Yes.
Spanish, it's Pinto.
I did say Pinto.
Yeah, you did.
I said Pinto.
So we go to the judges, and Vicky
Pinto.
was Spanish. You get it.
Booyah.
It's a tie.
wow. Wow.
And that was like, I'm just like, you know what? We'll just get through the rest
I
of the
was
questions.
wondering why you guys had such a weird pause. I was like,
Because you were getting really close to it. And I'm just like, well, it was the last one. We can go back to it. And I knew Vicky was going to speak up if it was close.
thank you, Vicky. I knew you had my back.
Now,
Boy, I want to recount. I would like to listen to that back.
and also,
Pinto.
you didn't get to the last question, so you could have gotten a perfect 10 if you knew the capital. Jackson is the capital of which state?
Missouri?
No.
Mississippi.
Yes.
That's it.
So if you would have had enough
I didn't
time.
spend all that
Yeah,
time
so that
singing.
means I get this.
No.
You sure?
no,
I don't get
No,
that.
we can't.
Oh, and I beat him. I just beat him with the tiebreaker.
I mean, I would have got 10 out of 10. I would have.
All right, we have to maintain the integrity of this game, guys. Stop playing your music.
Oh, really? Has Steve ever played multiple winning songs, though? Really?
I won. Yes.
I don't
Okay,
really
well, I've
recall
never
that.
played
Yeah.
multiple losing
Yes, you
songs, so
have.
you're not in a row.
Yes, you have. Like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you
did it
literally
to
actually
troll
did
me.
that in a row, yeah.
All right, never mind.
Oh, congrats on your tie. What the hell?
Pinto.
Yeah. Again, Luck Bomber McGee. Again.
That one, I can't argue.
Yeah.
Pinto.
Yeah, fine. All right. So we got a new poll, and they asked people, hey, man, why don't you give us the top signs of a happy marriage? Because I'd like to know if I'm in one.
Oh, boy.
I guess apparently people go, can you tell me the signs just so I know what I'm doing? If I'm in one, not in one? And we've got a top 10, and
let's see if you check the boxes, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there are people clueless whether or not they're in a happy marriage, so here we go. You spend lots of quality time together, which is interesting because quality time doesn't mean quantity time.
That's true.
And I think a lot of folks believe that if you're not spending a lot of time, then you're not in a good situation.
I'm very fortunate because any time spent with me is quality. So even if it's an hour in the day or 10 hours in the day, my wife will be the first to tell you.
Oh, she'll tell you that's quality. Okay, good. Yeah.
Quality with a capital Q.
Oh, nice. Okay. The number 2 thing that shows that you're in a happy marriage is if you take care of each other when you're sick.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah? Well, I personally, I think I'm a great nurse when it comes to, like, I'm here, I'm willing to help, I'll put on the outfit and everything.
Oh. Oh, well, all right.
Whereas my wife, perfect. I think I annoy her when I'm sick, so thankfully I'm not sick a lot. Because she'll just be like, look at me like, get over it. Like, oh, poor baby got a little stuffed nose.
Wow. I don't feel good.
Well, if she's not taking care of you, then, maybe you have a little, according to this list, you might be able to go, hey, honey, look, you're falling a little short in this department, according to the list.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too worked up about it, to be honest. If I got sick a lot, maybe I'd have a conversation, but like it happens so rarely that when I do get sick and watching her just kind of roll her eyes is pretty entertaining.
How about this? How about feeling like you can be yourself with them?
I mean, that seems.
Oh, well, you guys don't seem to like that one. All right,
I just feel like that should be the case.
Yeah, if you feel
especially when you're marrying someone.
If you're feeling like you're putting on airs or something for them, it's like that's just weird.
I'm going to actually introduce something to that, Danny, though, that actually I think you're not being yourself with them. This is something I always fought about, and that is, happy wife, happy life. To me, that's not being myself. If I have to basically be a certain way to make her happy so that I can be happy. A lot of dudes are really good at that. I'm not good at that.
Well, you're an insufferable arguer, so they have to understand that.
Yeah, I'm being myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there are dudes.
I'm just being myself.
But there are dudes that go, I'll just give her what she wants, even though that's not what I want. And I don't think you're being yourself when you just basically don't say, this is not what I like. I just don't think you're being yourself. I think you're being fake, just going, you know what, I don't want to argue.
Yeah, but there's been many times in my relationship where I'll just be like, I don't feel like arguing about this. Like, and we both agree, or we both know that we don't agree on this, but is it worth fighting over? Because nothing good's going to come of us just arguing.
How often would you say that happens, though?
Every 3 hours. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, well, that's a lot. Then you fit the category I'm talking about. If it happens infrequently, which I feel like it does with you guys, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where, and it doesn't have to be the wife, it's just that's the phrase, where you always basically got to tell them they're right every single time, or it's like, then you're not being yourself because... I know guys like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. If I live with your wife, I'd say they would be over in about, basically a half hour. I'd divorce her. And you go, I know. But look, I mean, and I'm like, well, dude, it's all the time, though. Like, it's not just on everyone. Like, she's just like this all the time. And I just couldn't do it. So I like that. If you can actually be yourself with them and look, then it's fine. Then who cares?
I feel like it should be added to this list. I don't know if it's on it, but then it should just be pick your battles. Because if you are going to argue, like, don't argue. I mean, every little thing, like, is it worth an argument over? Like, right. I feel like then just kind of that just becomes the dynamic of your relationship. Whereas if, okay, this thing legitimately is bothering me, I think that they'll pay more attention and be more receptive to what you're arguing about.
Not on the list, but boy, I could surely use that to be on the list because I could be better at that. That is something that I've never been good at.
A man has got a good term for you or a happy wife life thing because it could be man or woman that you're trying to keep happy. Happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah, and again, if both are happy, fine. But usually it means just one person has to be kept happy while the other one has to deal with it. Because that's the origin of that. Keep me happy and everybody else will be happy. And it's like, no, princess, that's not how it's going to work in my house.
That's how it is in our house right now with Tatum. So as Tatum's happy, we're happy.
Well, that's a whole different story, Steve. That is a whole, the terrible twos, dude, you're right. You know what? You do whatever you can to get peace. Yeah, you get that. How about this one here? Encouraging them to pursue their own hobbies and interests, which I will, that's not something that a lot of people feel like they can do. I mean, at least in my generation.
When I find out someone's like, oh, yeah, I want to do this, but my husband or wife doesn't want me to do it. And it's not like do other humans. Like, it's like, like do some kind of athletic thing, playing softball or joining a bowling. I'm like, why wouldn't they want you to do that?
I don't get it.
Thankful, dude. I'm thankful. Like, doing the wrestling stuff. Like, I'm sure there are times where she's just like, okay, like really. But, she's always very supportive of that. No different than if she's like, I want to do a CrossFit competition. I'm like, yes, sign up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll come cheer you on if I'm not somewhere where, that I can't do that. Like, I think that's important.
And I think that works for you guys because of the quality time. Because you need a quantity of time to do your pursuits of these things. And if you don't have quality time, then people go, well, I can't do it because my spouse wants me to spend hours with them all the time because they think that's what you have to do in a marriage. Therefore, you have no time for pursuits. I like this one here. Letting them see you at your best and worst. I've done half of that.
Yeah. Well, at one point, you'll show your best.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm really good at showing my worst. I just have to work on the other part. Number 6 is cuddling.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, baby. You know what that means, too.
Yeah. Well, actually, Steve.
Before 10.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say warm body.
Yeah.
A warm body.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cuddling for me now, I don't know, man. If you got a good success rate where cuddling leads to good, other stuff, congratulations. But it's been like, man, I just want to cuddle. I want no expectations. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
The last time I was trying to cuddle, and Lulu loves to get right in the middle. It's like, I'm trying to get warm, and we're both trying to cuddle, and Lulu just wedges herself right in the middle, but the way she positions herself, she just slams her butt right into my face. And I'm like, this is not how I want to go to bed, with my dog's butt in my face.
You're a better man than me. Oh, man, that dog would not be on the bed ever again. You're a better man than me. Oh. So there you go. There's just some of the ways that you can pretty much determine that you have a happy marriage. Congratulations to all of you. And it turns out I don't have one, apparently. So
you sound very happy.
Thank you for that list. Thank you for showing me just what a miserable situation I'm in. It is time for Listeners on the Loose, though. You get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? We got your calls. We got your texts at 920 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by SeattleBoatShow.com. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And while you are on with us, make sure you follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Peter in Seattle, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Peter? Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
You guys were talking a little bit about TV shows earlier on. Excuse me. I wanted to bring out, I just finished watching a couple good TV shows, and I want to recommend it to you guys. One is called The Yellow Jackets, and it's on Hulu. I think
I've heard about this show. What's it about?
So it's about a soccer team of girls that get stranded in the woods, and then they got to do what they got to do to survive. So they basically eat each other.
Oh, damn!
So it's a children's show?
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome. It's got Juliette Lewis in it. And she's kind of like into punk rock these days, and I think some of her music is featured on the show.
Nice.
And also it has Christina Ricci, and she plays just a total nut job in the show. So I highly recommend. I think you would like it.
Wow. That is, I did not expect that as a premise for a show, and it's on Hulu, you said?
Yep, it's an add-on. I think with like not HBO but Cinemax or Showtime. So you have to.
Okay. So I do have Showtime, so I can probably just watch it on Showtime with my cable. Then okay.
Nice. And then I got another show. Just wanted to recommend for Vicky.
Ooh.
It's not very good show, I guess, but it's got some eye candy. But eye candy for women, and it's called Reacher, and it's on Amazon.
Have you watched it?
I've heard of that show.
Yeah, I finished like the whole season. So
and you say it's not. You say it's not a good show. That's what you said. But I mean,
yeah. So it's like really easy to watch because you don't have to really use your brain to watch it. A lot of shooting, a lot of crazy stuff. But the main character, Reacher, I mean, he's a pretty handsome dude. That's for sure.
If I'm not mistaken, because I read something on one of my buddies posted on Facebook about this. Steve, you remember the movie Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the same character, right. But I guess they made it true to the book, which means he was supposed to be a tall dude, and it also was supposed to be a little simpler. The book wasn't as complex as the Jack Reacher movies were, from what I understand.
Yeah, they continue like the story and stuff, and I think there's been several characters that actually played Reacher, not only Tom Cruise, but I think there was somebody else too.
Oh, really? I didn't even know there was other Reacher stuff out there.
Are you thinking of Jack Ryan?
Oh, maybe Jack Ryan. I don't know. I'm kind of lost now, but I really think you would like it. You would enjoy the dude. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. That's for sure. If you're a girl.
All right. Well, there you go, Vicky. You got some eye candy on that one for Reacher. I mean, I heard that people that like the books really are responding well to this new Reacher series on Prime. And they say it's better than what the Tom Cruise was for them.
There's I'm looking at one of the articles, and it says it's a Sherlock Holmes show with a massive leading man, and I like Sherlock Holmes type stuff. So
and you like massive men.
I do too.
Wow, I didn't realize that Reacher had a Sherlock Holmes vibe. I totally didn't get that from the Tom Cruise movies. I don't
think so much it's the vibe. I just think it's more of the detective aspect of it.
That's what I mean. I mean, Sherlock was good, but that's a weird way to call it because he was a deductor. He was a deduction dude. There was no violence. There was no shooting. Sherlock was just like using his brain to get through all these things.
Sherlock Holmes would probably be really good at Wordle.
He would.
Yes, he would be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, so there was a tweet that was put out earlier by a local media personality that I feel like we've been targeted, BJ.
Oh, really?
I know what this is about.
What's
drama
this?
going on, and I feel like we were definitely being attacked by this.
Is this like
unintentionally, but it's pretty funny though.
Is it like an Eddie Vedder / Nikki Sixx situation we got going on over here?
It could quite possibly become that.
All right, let's do this. I'm excited.
So, this morning we're talking about happy birthday to Top Pot Donut, celebrating their 20th anniversary since starting, 20th birthday. They opened 20 years ago today in Capitol Hill. And in fact, if you go to any of their locations, they're doing 20 cent of their the old fashioned donut. So
which is a great deal. The old glaze, the cake glaze, so good.
Yeah, Top Pot rock. Shout out to Mark and everybody over there. They're good people.
Happy birthday, Mark and Top Pot.
And it was very nice. And they dropped off some donuts here, but they must have been dropping off donuts to different media outlets because I think that's what prompted this tweet by our good friend Liz DeWicki over at Q. All right. Yeah. 13.
Oh, no. Tell me, Liz, wait a second.
Fox 13.
Liz has always been amazing.
And she still is. She still is.
All right.
But, sometimes in life you just can't always agree with somebody, BJ. Doesn't matter if you think they're a good person or not.
Okay.
So she put up a tweet that said, food hot take. If you have bagels or donuts at work, you have to take the entire thing and not just cut a piece off and leave the rest. If you want to do this, form an alliance and go halvesies with someone as to not leave random scraps in the community box. Them's the rules. To which, of course, we sent pictures of our boxes of our donuts that have lots of scraps. And I know she put it up on the KISW page and my page as well. And I posted and tagged her and said I felt like we were being attacked. And she said, this is wildly offensive.
Well, you can tell Liz that apparently she's just not aware of the world of tapas. And I can understand that because you know what? You have to be a certain level of... Yeah. Yeah.
Big Liz, you are not aware of the world of tapas.
Vicky, just tweet that for me and say it's me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Sign BJ.
Yeah. I mean, it's donut tapas. And I understand that because some people, you know what? They just don't live the classy life.
And to be honest, most people are agreeing with her, but there are some detractors, including us and some other media people as well, that probably got donuts too and like to do the same thing that we do. It's just funny, man, because there's, of all things to get like people talking and tweeting, it's always the dumb thing about food.
Yeah, well, I look at it like the one thing that really bothers me when you see a community box of anything is that there's not like there is a variety of flavors, which means you get to miss out on them. But if you take half, then you get to have the flavor you want and leave the other for somebody else who they maybe get to have some of that. Otherwise, everybody misses out. That's why I like to cut them in half and not take the whole thing.
Or a quarter. And then it's like you're having 4 donuts, but really just the calories of one.
Tapas, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about the tapas.
I took the full pink one. I didn't care.
Pardon me, what about the donut, though?
Yeah.
Although it does look like someone took just a sliver off of one of the donuts.
Who would do something like that?
Steve.
Probably. You know what?
It had sprinkles. It looks delicious, but I already ate a full donut.
That's fair.
You're right, Steve. This is a full-on feud between, well, basically me and Liz DeWicki, because I believe that is the only way to do a community box of donuts is the tapas style. Get a knife. Touch them with your hands. I get that. Nobody wants to do that. But you get a sharp knife and cut those bad boys, and you tapas that thing.
That's even what I said. I responded saying, you need a knife, and make sure you leave the knife in, like, by the box so everyone knows that it was a knife that was used to open or cut them open, and then you're fine.
Well, I would hope that people would think it's a knife. Otherwise, they think I have very superior tearing skills. That I could tear such a straight
I would
line.
be very impressed with you if you could do it that way.
I don't want to leave any of that to the imagination. Yeah. Just leave the knife right there. You've got the evidence.
Or you could be like Vicky and just drop the knife in the donuts.
So now it's a sticky knife.
And then Joe and I had to go digging through it. You did.
Guys,
you have a sticky knife.
Here's the thing, guys.
Problems.
I really hate to say this. I do, but I think this is the only thing. I think it has to be done. Liz DeWicki needs to be canceled.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Canceling Liz DeWicki.
We have to cancel Liz DeWicki.
Unless she puts out an apology video. I think it's too late for that.
I think it's too late. I think it's, you know what?
I think she has till 10 a.m. to put out an apology
It's
video.
the internet, Steve. As soon as you do anything, it's too late. You're canceled. I'm sorry. I mean, no apology video. You know what? She needs to be canceled and move out of town.
Cancel Liz's donuts?
Yeah, cancel donuts. I mean, I hate to say it, but look, she's the one that went on the internet. She's the one that,
Or do we do what Ryan Castle suggested? He says, I like to just take a bite of each one. Variety is the spice of life.
You know what? I think you might be on her page now. She literally just tweeted out, more food hot takes, chocolate only, no fruity candy, definitely no licorice. You are all about the chocolate, BJ. You're not a big fan of fruity candy.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely got it. Liz has to be canceled. She's doing this to herself at this point. She's bringing it all on her. I think, they got social media people over there. She could have got educated about how not to put really horrific takes on the internet like this.
She's anti-candy?
Yeah, it's time. It's
anti-fruity candy, chocolate only.
So, I love chocolate.
That's what I mean. I'm saying you're now back on her side.
Oh, I should be back. Oh, I thought you said it was the other way around. My bad. All right. Oh, that's a tough one now. But I'm in the middle of canceling her. I can't go back on my word.
I'm still canceling her, man. Fruity candy's the best candy.
Oh, but see, she is against you on that. Why does she have? I mean, this is a tough one. Can you half cancel somebody on the internet? Is that a thing? I don't know. I mean, this is my first time canceling anybody. I'm a virgin canceler here.
Maybe we need to spend more time. We give her 24 hours, and so we could kind of get it all figured out how we're going to cancel this.
Okay. So what you're saying? Wait a minute. Are you saying that while we're on the internet and social media, we should take a pause? Are you out of your mind,
right,
Steve?
Jerk canceler.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, wow. You know what? Now you're going to have to be canceled. Yeah. I mean, I don't want any.
I bet Bill Wixie's fine with cutting up donuts.
Oh, Bill Wixie, he better be fine with that because he knows what'll happen.
What?
Canceled. That's right.
I just love how it sparks so much debate. Food.
Well, that's all. Look, we're in a fight mood about everything. At least with food, it's like, all right. I mean, whose feelings are going to get hurt that much if you fight over food? Except Danny because he doesn't know how to eat pizza with pineapple.
Oh, now we're going down that road. I mean, that's what we need to know is what Liz's take is on with pizza and pineapples.
Oh, this could really save her canceling. You're right. If she's on Danny's side of this, she's done.
We will uncancel you if you like pizza with pineapple.
Okay, you know what? Tweet that out to Liz right now. That Liz, we at the Rock are very close to canceling to you. Your answer to this question could save you on social media. Here we go. And then ask her the pizza pineapple. Let's say she's very close to being canceled by our show.
If she doesn't like fruity candy, she probably doesn't like pineapple on pizza.
You're right, Danny. That's why I'm thinking it's going to go my way. Canceltown, USA, baby.
You know, I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I think Liz likes pineapples on her pizza.
I'm thinking she does too.
Right?
Oh, man. All right. This is very exciting. Will Liz Dewicki from Fox 13 be canceled by us? And by the way, we'll be the only ones that do it, which will have no effect on her social media status at all, really. But, we're still going to do it, Danny.
So
if she sides with you, we're canceling her, Danny.
Are you going to block her on your page?
Oh, if I knew how to do that, yes.
Yeah, that's the next question there.
Yeah, I might have to go to a course, Steve, but I will get that done.
So speaking of blocking, somebody did ask us, hey, have you guys ever had to block a texter? Just curious, haha.
Block a texter?
Yeah. Oh, lots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lots. After a while, you just kind of get like, when you see, because you can still, like, with the way the text line comes, like, no different than someone's on a phone, too, but with our computer program, you can see the thread of text this person has sent throughout, like, the last day. And so, somebody just is, like, just nonstop being a jerk. It's like, you get to a point where you're like, I'm not in the mood to keep reading this. Like, we don't need to read this. So no, you get the block hammer, and it's funny because you can see like what time they were blocked. So like it's fun to see. Oh, Benjamin blocked a bunch of people. Taryn blocked some. Yeah. It's like if you're cool. I mean, even if you disagree, like if you're still like as long as you're cool, no one ever gets blocked. But if like all you do is just say some awful things, like at some point we're like, no, I don't need to read this.
Yeah,
it's all easier just to block you.
And that's, what time did we block Liz Dewicki today? What time was that?
It was at 9:29 this morning.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So she's the latest.
Yeah. Although she never texts the show.
Well, that's beside the point. Now, you know what? She doesn't get to.
Uh-oh. She just wrote, how dare you cancel me then.
Oh. Wow. Wouldn't even answer the question. I mean, what is that? What kind of audacity is that?
She won't even answer the pizza question?
Won't even answer the pizza question. What do you have to hide, Liz Dewicki?
That means, what does that mean?
Yeah. You know what? Tweet back. What do you have to hide, Liz Dewicki? That's right. That's all I got to say. Wow, this is going beyond canceling to a full-blown investigation. Pineapple pizza. Why won't Liz Dewicki take a side?
Man, we really gotten under her skin, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think this is an expose. I mean, this is, oh boy, this is a scandal. Now we're into scandal territory. Before it was just, worst, cancellation, but scandal? Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
I mean, there's a fine line between scandal and stupidity. I feel like we're leaning more towards stupidity.
Well, listen, you know what? Let's be honest. I mean, you knew at some point we'd default back to what we're good at.
Well, it was a good relationship between us and Liz.
It was a good relationship, but you know what? Who started this? It wasn't me. It wasn't Eddie Vedder. It wasn't Nikki Sixx. Nope. Nope. It was Liz Dewicki and her anti-tapas, anti-fruit candy, and possibly anti-pineapple on pizza status. I didn't do this. Liz Dewicki did this.
Oh, so now resting on it. He's demanding answers. Danny's even saying, "Don't worry, pineapple on pizza is trash."
And now I'm arguing with Danny about it in that thread.
Can we cancel Danny? I mean, I think we should cancel Danny at this point to show that we mean business, right? You always have to, if you have hostages, you have to show you mean business. So I don't think Liz thinks we're going to cancel her. So we should cancel Danny to show her that we mean business. So Danny, I hate to say this. Actually, I don't hate to say this. I don't want to cancel you since day one.
No! Someone says, I'm pretty sure she's already said that she doesn't like pineapple on pizza.
She just responded to me. Yep, she says in all caps, no pineapple, period. Never pineapple, period. That is final, period. I heartily and firmly stand by this, period.
Play We Are the Champions, somebody, because this needs to happen.
Play the loser song. What are you talking about?
Yeah, here we go. Cancel Liz Dewicki.
We need to find a new favorite at Q13.
Yeah, wow. Fox 13. Someday we'll get their name right.
I don't know, but you have to start. We got to find all the reporters for Fox 13s and ask them that question, and then whoever is pro pineapple is now our new favorite there.
That's it. It was a great run with Liz Dewicki, but Steve, I don't think we need 24 hours. I think we have to cancel Liz DeWicki.
This got weird, man.
It really did. I mean, and it's a wow. Wow. You think you know somebody. Steve, you think you know somebody.
What an awful way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Top Hot Donuts.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, my gosh. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
On pizza.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can have another donut today.
I could at least have a half of one.
Yeah, I think I'll go in.
I'd probably go a half. You get that knife, we'll cut it in half, Liz DeWicki style. You know? There you go. You pick the topic.
We'll call it giving it the Liz when we got donuts.
Wow.
Let's give it the old Liz.
I'm going to let you own that one. I'm going to let you have that all of yourself there, sir.
Out of context.
Yeah, I really, you know what? You're all alone on that island. Congratulations. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Anybody can give us a call except Liz DeWicki at 9:33 because she's canceled. On the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on the Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety.
3M Science, applied to life.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show.
We got a text message. It has nothing to do with the issue between us and Fox News 13.
Yeah, it's a sad day today. Big celebration, but we had to cancel somebody today. That's just had to happen.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But we also got to cancel Danny, so that was really the highlight of the day. I mean, I two cancels with one scone, whatever. Great
guys are gonna cheer up.
Yeah.
Clear up, put on a happy face.
That's what it is, yeah.
Great guys are gonna cheer up. That should be the words to the song.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like we should Voldemort like Liz DeWicki and maybe not even say her name anymore. Like we'll call her She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Until she eats pineapple with pizza.
Yeah, I feel like it's she's really gotten to that legendary Harry Potter status now.
Until she's willing to cut her donut at the office, we really should not talk to her.
Excuse me.
I feel like I think I think these are all things.
All right, somebody has a problem.
Yes.
They need our help. Says, I've been dating this girl and she's awesome, but I need your guys' advice.
All right.
We're starting to get serious, but there's one thing that drives me nuts. And I feel like it would be an easy fix. But I worry if I say something, she's going to think I'm a looks-obsessed douche.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
She practically has a mustache. Is it wrong of me to tactfully say that she needs to wax it?
Oh, wow.
Well, what do you define tactfully?
There's no way that you can...
There's got to be a way.
I think Vicky's the only one that can address this because, she's a woman. She probably has known a lot of situations where women have had this. Vicky, have you known a lot of women that are unaware that they have a mustache? Because sometimes they are.
Sometimes, yeah. Your facial hair as a woman will grow in overnight. You will have a week of soft baby skin, and then just like that, you have a mustache out of nowhere. You don't really notice when it comes in. And I feel like he probably wouldn't be the best person to tell her if she has a sister or a friend, hey, is she more into this look? Or do you want to maybe mention it to her? Because some girls won't. all my girlfriends know to tell me when I got something going on, so I'd say if you can find a friend who could tell it.
He said we're starting to get serious. I feel like that would be even weirder if all of a sudden she's like, you reached out to my sister to see if I would shave my face, basically?
Or wax it. Or
what if he got her a spa day?
Yeah.
And told the spa person, hey, make sure, whether she says anything about it or not, like, you provide face wax.
Yeah, that's it, Steve.
Well, not like you do it against her will.
Yeah,
like tie her down and wax her face.
It feels like that will happen though if you don't tell her you're waxing her face and you just do it.
No, like she said, welcome to Steve's Spa. Your boyfriend got you the full inclusive package, which is a nice rub down. It's also some manicure, pedicure, and we wax your face.
I mean, I did go and had gotten my eyebrows done, and the lady's like, your mustache too? I'm like, well, now that you mention it, sure, I guess. Like, so she got extra money out of me.
You need the person who works at one of those spas to just say it in the most non-tactful way.
Yeah.
So
the boyfriend, maybe not so much. So yeah, pay a salon person to do it for you.
Here's the other side of the coin. There are some people that believe that they don't want to do anything to themselves, that they're fine the way they are, and therefore is this a deal breaker for this dude? If, in fact, she is aware of her mustache and doesn't want to go through all that, she just thinks she's fine the way she is. If that's your situation, then you're the one that's got to make the decision whether or not you can live with somebody who has this. Does it make you a bad guy or not? I'm not going to say it does, but if that's all you're going to be thinking of, like if you don't say anything, and if let's say she does want to keep it this way, you know what? If it's going to bother you, then you have a right to go, look, I'm that guy. I'm sorry, but it bothers me. I just can't get serious. You have to make that decision because you're the one that's got to make the call if it doesn't change.
If it feels like you're dating Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe that's kind of tough.
That's a heck of you know what? He was very charming, though.
My first thought was saying, hey, it feels like you're dating Tom Selleck, but I took a lot of time in my brain to come with something a little bit more current.
See, mine was Chewbacca, so I wasn't much more bitter on that one.
Not terribly current, but surely better than Tom Selleck, yes.
Currenter.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm sure there's got to be somebody in the world who's got a mustache.
Sam Elliott.
Who's like
Sam
Colonel
Elliott,
Sanders.
All right.
If you look like Colonel Sanders on the face.
You know what? That's always a classic. That's an evergreen. There's always everyone knows him.
Will Arnett in Murderville.
Okay. Oh, wow, that is super current. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
I don't know. Like, if I was dating somebody and there was something about me that was easily fixable that I never really even realized or didn't think about, and they were just like, hey, I think you'd look better if you fully shaved your head. And I never thought of it because I'm like, I feel like this is fine, but maybe I just didn't put any thought into it and didn't think it was something that could be not a deal breaker, but something that could change the way that they or how they're attracted to me. I wouldn't be all that upset about it. As long as you say it in a nice way. If he's like, hey, I think you are. I don't know. I don't know
what? It's tough
to say that about a mustache on a woman's face, though.
It's tough, Steve. I think it is tough to approach a woman and tell her to change her looks because it's kind of what men have been doing for a long time. And, whereas you're right, Steve, with us, I think it's, I don't care. If I can do it, I'll do it. And if I can't, no problem. But I don't know. It's tough, for how women would address that kind of a question.
Especially if you're telling somebody, I think you will be more attractive with this simple fix. For me, let's go. It's not like she's like, hey, I need you to get implants on your head.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Sorry, the visual on that one.
I don't know. I think Steve would look really good,
which is a full head of hair.
Oh, those kind of implants. Sorry.
Not breast implants.
My brain went to that. That's why I was like,
that's kind of where I went too.
Yeah, I was with Vicky thinking that you'd look great with breast implants on your head. I think you should get it done.
It's not like a camel head?
Yes, camel head. Camel head does whatever a camel head does.
Now I can't stop seeing that.
Oh, Steve, you're right. You're halfway there, Steve. All right. Well, you know what? Try one. Try a uniboob. Just put like a little, put a little decoration on top of your head, see what you feel like, and then you can, see how it works for you.
Since my son's girlfriend has 2 tattoos of gnomes under her armpits using the hair of her pits as their beard. I can say nothing. That's her look.
Oh my God, Sarah needs to do this because of her obsession with gnomes.
Or at least become friends with this person.
Oh, that, yeah.
Well, look, right off the bat, look, for a lot of dudes, hair, women with, hair under her pits, that's a deal breaker for a lot of guys, though that's becoming a thing that more and more women are doing.
Imagine that, though. You don't know that until, you're starting to, maybe you met this person in the winter. Yeah. You've been hanging out, and things are going well, and all of a sudden, shirt comes off, and there's 2 gnomes under each armpit.
Yeah, that would be hysterical, actually.
Oh, man, I would laugh so hard.
That'd be so great.
I don't know if I'd necessarily be in the mood at that moment, but I definitely would be laughing.
See, that's tough. Because you're not a hair guy.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, whenever we talk about like old school groomage,
here's my thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I have to tell you, I'm old school, and for me, hair's my thing because I was raised that way. But then there's a whole generation of people who were raised a whole differently, where hair was not the thing, and now to the point where there are people that go, if there's hair somewhere, I don't want that. And so you got that going on in the world, like hair or no hair. And then you got to figure out where.
Under the armpits with gnome tattoos.
Yeah. Or as a mustache. I mean, I don't know anymore. I'd be afraid to ask anybody to change their physicality because I would think, man, is that all I care about with them? All the cool things that they are as a person and whatever. And this is my thing.
A mustache could be your thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with him feeling like, if he's not into that look, why is it okay for? It's not okay for that, but if you're dating a girl and she's just like, I don't like you with a goatee, they should be able to say that without you getting butthurt about it, and you can just be like, look, I'm not really a fan with you having the stash.
There is a double standard in that, Steve, and yet feel like it's like Vicky said. I feel like you couldn't ask her directly, whereas they could ask you directly.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. I think you should be able to if you can find a tactful way to say it. Obviously.
Then there's no way to do it. There's no way to go, look,
Send a text.
There you go.
Send a text, put your phone down, go do something for a couple hours, and then come back.
Go. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see what happened.
Oh, boy.
Wow. No?
It is listeners on the loose.
It's not like you're asking for them to get breast implants.
On their head.
That Vicky is clearly.
Well, Vicky's known you for a while, so she can really come out and be completely honest with you. That's how she'd like you to be. And you know what, Steve? You've known Vicky long enough. I think you should make this call.
I like what Larry's got a great suggestion. Just giggle a little when you kiss, and then when she says, "Why are you giggling?" say, "Your mustache is tickling."
There you go. Be that.
Lakewood Larry has all the great. Yeah. He has all the great resolutions.
His and her mustache rides. We in? No.
Wow. All right. I'm just going to leave that right there.
Oh, this day, man.
Yeah.
From donuts to mustache rides.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we get a shirt that says
a memoir?
We need one.
A memoir.
PJ and Miggs.
There we go. All right. We have a big question that has to be answered. What do Ryan Castle and a train have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Miggs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a train have in common?
What are things you can pull, BJ?
Wow.
Choo-choo! Is that the right answer?
Both are known to stop in Portland at a great steak place.
Yeah.
They have a salad bar, too.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me tell you about this 38-year-old man. His name is Bradford. He was at a bar. Hey, guess where? Florida. Happened on Friday and left after midnight, but couldn't find his car. So what did he do? Well, the responsible thing. He called an Uber. No, he didn't. He stole somebody else's car to go drive around and look for his.
Reasonable.
Yeah. He ended up stopping the stolen car on a set of train tracks. He claims it died on him, which, they're like, yeah, we don't think so. Then the car ended up getting hit by a train while Bradford was running away. Oh, yeah. Then the train flung the car into the side of a nearby house. This Bradford has just created a horrific chain of events. Luckily, the people that were asleep in the house were not injured, but imagine you waking up to a car flung through your house. And then he found a nearby fruit stand after that and vandalized that for some reason. Bradford had a great day.
He's gone too far.
Yeah,
you don't vandalize a fruit stand.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, well, the cops finally caught up to him. Unfortunately, the cops have not caught up to Ryan Castle. Therefore, you have to listen to his 12-pack next.
BJ and Miggs play of the day.
You're going to make it memorable with some of the most heartwarming and wonderful displays of affection verbally, as Steve did when he asked Mrs. Steve to be Mrs. Steve.
Oh, yes. As Sarah Colonna said, it was the most caveman proposal of all time.
It really was.
Fellas, if you're looking for the proper thing to say when you're asking a woman to marry you, all you do is pull out the ring, you hand it to her, and you say this one simple word. Here.
BJ and Miggs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.